Is your sketchbook stunning your growth? That's a really important question. Stick with me. I'm going to talk to you because there's a misconception that having one of these and walking around with this in your pocket all the time, that you're going to get better. And I'm actually here to tell you that's actually not true. So let's get into it right now. Okay, so you can see here, I have this sketchbook, right? I have this book, and I can pop it open here, and I can start to open it, let you see, but I'm not gonna let you see it. Why? Because a sketchbook is really an artist's journal, right? It's a diary. It's a place where you're supposed to be able to fail and fail a lot, to put your heart out there, to be earnest in what you're trying to achieve or display. If you're doing your sketchbook, right, and you're showing it to everybody, this could be potentially stunning your growth, because what happens is now you're going to be self-aware and self-conscious. If you're self-aware, that means you're not going to take chances and explore potential avenues. You're going to be concerned with what other people think about your sketchbook, right? This thing over here. Now you want people to, great job. Great job. That's beautiful. Oh, wow. It's amazing. Sketchbooks are amazing. They are. The phenomenon now is become its own art form. It has actually become, to me, what I consider art books, not necessarily sketchbooks. What makes a sketchbook valuable when we think about Leonardo da Vinci or any of these people is because when they pass away and they're gone, it's insight into the artist's soul and mind. It wasn't like they did these things with the intent that the world is going to look at them later. That's what makes them valuable. But if you're doing it now and I'm showing you every single thing, am I truly being true to myself? Because what I'm saying is a sketchbook should be something where you make a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. You know, it should be ugly. It should not look good, in my opinion. Because that means you're trying things, you're testing things, you're pushing yourself to be better. Right? If you're doing the same thing over and over and over again because you got a pat on the back, right? Great job. That's addicting. That's a drug. And now you want other people to like constantly, you're like, hey, look at my sketchbook, look at my sketchbook. And so it can do you a disservice, right? So what happens, and I'll let you know, like, here's a simple tip. You know you're doing your sketchbook wrong if you don't even draw on it, right? If you get a sketchbook, you don't even want to start at the beginning because you don't want to mess it up. Already done. Put a fork in it. That sketchbook is useless because now you're so scared of making mistakes that why even have it? Because now you're going to go in the middle. I've done this, so I'm not trying to bag on anybody. You go in the middle, oh, this is going to be beautiful. This is going to be the best sketchbook ever. Every drawing is going to be great. Now you're so filled with stress and anxiety that you're not even enjoying drawing and you're not exploring. So that's one way you know, right? It should be something where like, oh, let me try this. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Let me try it, right? You know what? Let me pause this real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you something that I used to do when I was in school. What I would consider is a sketchbook, but not really. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. That took me a second. I had to grab some stuff. So I'm going to show you exactly, some of these are back around when I was in school. They're pretty old. But you're going to see I have them in my lap. I'm going to show you. So this is what I mean. This was what I considered a sketchbook when I was a kid, right? Or still am, really. But if you look here, all I did was I took a board and I just drew their heads on there and just started experimenting with acrylic. I wanted to see what happens. I didn't, you know what I mean? It's like you can see it's sloppy. And let's say, for example, like with the Wharf, I painted one technique, and then with Kirk, I was trying a different technique. It didn't work. Then I put in something else on top of it. Oh, and that failed. Oh, I did something else. It failed. But you know what? I learned something from it, and I didn't. You know, I was okay with it. I was really okay with that. Then on the back, I was doing a children's book thing, and I wanted to see what happens if I mounted these on board, right? And then I put some matte medium, and I was using some paint on it to see if it will work. Didn't like the way it was working, so I didn't use the technique, right? Who cares? No one's supposed to see this stuff, right? Look, nothing's pretty here, nothing's sacred. So here, right? So there's nothing there. But I'll say, oh, what happens here? Now I flip my board over. These are expensive boards. I don't care. Terrible drawing. I don't care. Here I say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, but then up here, I think, yeah, right there, right? I wrote down, I don't know if you can see that. It may come in focus or not. I'm not sure. But that's a type of alcohol that I use for rubbing out stuff with acrylic. I was like, marked it down. Acrylic, just threw it on here. What does that look like? Oil, water-based oil. What does that look like? Can I do a quick sketch here? Great. Watercolor, quick sketch, right? These are like boards. I mean, I don't care. Like, okay, acrylic. What does it look like? I don't know. Maybe it looks good. What's on the back? Who cares? More boards, right? Just tons of stuff. Look, here, this is how my mind works. I did this whole painting in acrylic, and I was like, whatever. I threw some varnish I never used before because I just want to see what would happen. I didn't care. I just did it. If it looks good, it looks good. It's not in my portfolio. People don't see it. Who cares? I don't care, right? It's like I want to have fun and experiment and learn. I'd make little swatches. What happens? More boards, right? Painting I never finished, right? Is there. I will come back and do this one day. It's been there for like a long time. Here's another one. Look how red his skin is. That's atrocious. So, right? I'm not like, so to me, those are my sketchbooks. I just want to point out, those are my sketchbooks. Like, because I'm experimenting with the things that matter to me. I do digital stuff like that. I'm always experimenting, playing around. It's not, it doesn't have to be in this book here, right? And I'm always looking to fail. All of those are failures, and I don't care. I don't even care. And I'm doing it all the time. So when it's time to turn it on, when it's time to perform, I know what I got to do, how to do it, and what the solution is going to be. And that's because I took the time to fail, right? Make sure your sketchbook, again, is allowing you to fail. Do not try to do these beautiful sketchbooks that everyone's going to drool over, and it becomes that. Because what you do is you get stuck in a rut, and you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again. And you're going to burn out because you're doing the same thing, and you don't want that to happen, and you're not going to get better. So what I encourage you to do is have one sketchbook that you can show to people if you want to be part of the culture, school, and all these different things where you're. But then I would have my other sketchbook that's like here. This one is like mine. No one gets to see inside of it. And it's just for me. It's just to explore. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Have one that's your real sketchbook, the one that's going to allow you to really grow and make mistakes. And then have the other one, that's the one for show, and that can be the one that has the bells and whistles on it so everyone looks at you and says, hey, look how great that person is. But really, make sure you have one that's close to you that you're not sharing with people. And you notice I didn't open this up because it's mine. I'm not going to share it, right? Some of the other stuff I'll show, but I think that's really important. So sketchbooks are awesome. Use them in a way that allows you to get better. Don't use them in a way that's going to trap you. Okay? So in the meantime, Robert Revels, Digital Painting Tips. I'm out of here.